Hey, have you ever thought that you are not good enough? Have you ever thought, I can't do it? Have you ever thought, there's no way out? Well, I've thought of that sometimes, but let's unpack that together. What's up, everyone? It's Johnny here with Tell a Friend. Man, I want to thank you so much. Seriously, thank you so much for coming on this journey with me. I've got a lot of positive feedback, and seriously, I thank you for joining this message Monday with me. Clicking your likes and hitting subscribe. If you have any friends that need an encouraging word, man, just send it to somebody. But anyways, I love you guys. Thank you all for that. But today I was thinking about have you ever been at home or, just by yourself, maybe on a drive, or if you don't drive, out for a walk or in your bedroom or somewhere, and you just start thinking about things and your mind kind of responds in a way, and you just don't like what you're thinking about, right? Because the mind is a very powerful tool. So I was thinking about this, how powerful our mind is, right? I know sometimes that I even go through these things where I sit down, I'm either on a drive or some downtime, and man, I do not like to hear those negative voices in my head, right? Because at a young age, a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people, I should say, spoke over my life negatively, right? Well, you're not going to be good enough. I remember one man said, you're never going to graduate high school. And thinking back, he probably was right at the time. I wasn't doing very good, but he didn't have to speak that negative over me. And if I would have held on to that negativity in my life, who knows where I would have been today, right? Because the mind is very powerful. If you let those influences, those negative thoughts, even sometimes family can influence you negatively. But what I'm saying today is, I got a thought for you guys. I want to talk about somebody who went through such a tragedy, and he was alone in his home, and greatness came out of that. But okay, let me share the story with you. So there was a man in the turn of the century. His name was Thomas Andrew Dorsey. Now, today, probably many of you guys never heard of that name. Maybe some of you have. I'm sure some of you guys have. But Thomas Dorsey, he was a jazz singer in the early 1920s, and very, very popular back then. Made a lot of money. And about the late 1920s, 28 or something like that, he became a Christian. And when he became a Christian, he started becoming popular, writing songs. It is said that he actually, at that time, he had wrote about 200 gospel songs at that time. And his life seemed to it was going great. He was doing really good. He met this girl, of course, you know what I mean? And they got married. They were going out together, going to singing at churches, just having a great time. Man, his life was perfect, And so one day he got invited to a tent revival. Well, when he got invited, this whole singing revival, his wife was pregnant, and she was at home, and he really did not want to leave, but he was kind of becoming popular in the gospel area, and everybody knew him. And when there was something going on, like a tent revival, those old-fashioned tent revivals, you're going to invite Thomas Dorsey. But he really didn't want to go because his wife was at home. She was pregnant, and he was a little bit worried. But of course, he got the okay from his wife. He went to the tent revival. He started singing his gospel songs, and man, people were just went for days, and he was having such a great time. And then right in the middle of one of the songs, right when he kind of stepped down from the platform, Western Union came up to him. Some guy came and gave him a letter, said, your wife passed away during childbirth. Man, that's tough, right? Passed away. Whatever, I don't know if he had his card, but anyway, he got home, and when he found out his wife died in childbirth to a son, It was some joy, but even more grief. I was reading about it. Said he was in a lot of grief when he found out he had a son, but the son passed away as well in childbirth. And this devastated Thomas Dorsey. I read, and it was saying that he pretty much became a recluse for like 2 or 3 weeks, stayed home, didn't do nothing, was listening to them negative voices that said, "You're not good enough. Those songs are not going to bless anybody. Don't worry about what, nobody's listening anyways. It don't matter." And you know what? He said a friend came to his house and said, "Hey, I want to invite you to a local college where there's going to be a gospel choir singing." So he reluctantly went. And as they were singing, he went to the backstage, and there was a piano there. And he started playing on the piano and started singing his grief, his pain, his hurts, right? He started singing these griefs. And he came up with this song called Precious Lord. Now, Precious Lord, if you don't, like I said, if you don't know this is one of the best songs ever written. It's been covered by so many Christian artists and non-Christian artists alike. Elvis Presley, Roy Rogers, even Martin Luther King had this song sang right before, the day before he was assassinated. People have done, Lyndon B. Johnson, I read Lyndon B. Johnson asked for this song to be sung at his funeral. And the list just goes on and on. People have covered this song over and over and over again. If you haven't heard the song, man, I recommend you just go listen to it. It's just a song of pain. But you know what? So why do I share this song? Hopefully none of us have to deal with stuff like that, right? I mean, seriously, I hope we never have to deal with that pain in our lives. But why do I share such a story like that? Because greatness comes out of grief. Greatness comes out of those times when you're sitting down thinking and maybe listening to those negative thoughts. See, Thomas Dorsey could have stayed home and basically he could have not done nothing and not go anywhere. But you know, greatness sometimes is revealed in our biggest tragedies. Now, we're going through so many things right now. This whole pandemic, all these things, people are just, I hear in California, they're shutting down again. Listen, if you start listening to those negative thoughts in your head, we can be, now I'm not saying we're going to write all these famous Christian songs, but we can be very successful when we say, you know what, I'm going to stand up, I'm going to dust myself off, and I'm going to go and try to get out of my head and be a person who is looking for successes in my life. Don't listen to those negative influence in your life. But just like Thomas Dorsey, you can be successful and have greatness in your life. Anyways, I love you guys. Be blessed, and don't forget to, that's right, tell a friend. And if you ain't got no friends, come over here. We love you. Be blessed. Bye now.